What's going on, North Rock students, and welcome to our first ever Baking with Boys. What are we going to be doing today?
We're baking a cake. We got a white cake and a strawberry cake here, and plenty of frosting and plenty of good attitudes going around. So we're going to be baking a wonderful cake because everyone knows the #1 recipe you need in a cake is love. And Jesus is love. So what we're gonna be baking today is a toilet paper cake because, I mean, why not? That's the most precious thing going around right now. Whoa, it looks really easy.
Gosh. How does it look like that, dude? All right, so it's like layers. We need like layers, this cake.
Okay, so cuts it in half. We don't have those, so we're gonna we'll figure that out. It looks like a pineapple.
We need to make like donuts. Yeah?
Okay.
Cake donuts.
We don't have chocolate icing. My toilet paper does not look like that.
Like,
it's not that fancy. Our toilet paper is gonna be closer to actual toilet paper than a cake.
All right,
Where do we even start?
So what are we gonna start off? So do you wanna make the cherry one or the
Let's make them both.
Both?
Yeah, can we make them both together? Yeah. Let's make strawberry and vanilla cake.
Cool. How about you get this one for the cherry one?
It's strawberry.
Oh, my bad.
Jeez, amateurs around here. Right. So I don't bake that much. I'm more of a cook. I make a mean bowl of cereal. So anything like this.
We are actually experts.
Yeah. Can you see my dog in the camera? Is it cute? Or you want to say hello? All right, get out of here. Get out. Go to your bed. Okay, how do we even start? I've literally never baked a cake from a box
in your
before.
Life?
No.
Wait, bro, we need to preheat the oven.
I don't know how this oven works.
So I'm pretty sure we're baking. So
yeah.
Wait. What's the temperature say?
350. Okay. How does this even work? 1 cup of water, 1 taza de agua. Okay, we got the water too. The bake.
Dude, smell it.
That's right. Oh, mine's pink. Is it safe to like eat the powder?
That one's probably not gonna be very good. What does it taste like?
It tastes like Play-Doh. You ever eaten Play-Doh? Combined cake mix, 1 cup of water, 3 eggs, and 1/3 cup of oil at low speed.
Whoa. He said low speed. Low speed! That's way too much. No!
It's a watery cake. It's okay.
All right, your cake is gonna suck, and mine's gonna be beautiful.
Combine 3 eggs.
We're turning it into toilet paper.
Dude, my dog's gonna have a field day. Okay, how much oil?
1/4 cup. No.
That's about enough, right? I don't like using measuring cups.
Dude, this
they're for the
is killing me.
No, they're for the weak. Okay, and then we mix it. This is gonna get everywhere.
You need a spoon.
Why do I need a spoon?
To mix it?
We have
yeah,
that.
no. Oh, yeah.
This is more entertaining. Here, plug this in.
Yes, chef.
Call me chef from now on. I'm the Gordon Ramsay of baking. What?
You need to take it.
That is the lowest it goes.
Wait.
Bro, it's gonna destroy.
No,
Okay, should I start with like a spoon?
Yes, like get one from over there.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna use this.
What are you doing? You're making such a mess. This is gonna be horrible. Oh God.
No, it's good.
Oh, it's okay. Okay. What if I turn it up? Maximum overdrive. I'm gonna be honest, mine actually looks really good.
Does it taste good?
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Wait, do you have that spraying stuff?
Yeah.
Add 3 to 5 minutes to bake time for dark or coated pans. How long do you put it in?
30 minutes? I think. I don't read Spanish.
Dude, I actually could drink this.
Ooh. This cake is gonna explode. There is too much batter in here for a small pan. Do I have a bigger pan? There's a
Okay, I need to pour mine. Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
That's good. I need to rinse this off because like this straight edge right here is gonna be perfect for like the icing, you know? Like that movement right there.
Okay, open the oven. All right, say goodbye. Our cake is done. It's been baking for the last 30 minutes. I guarantee mine turned out way better. It looks burnt. Look at that. Huh?
Mine doesn't.
You want to get like a, look at that camera. Huh? Cut it on the edge and then you flip it?
I don't know.
Oh! Oh, it broke. It's okay. It's okay. No, it's okay. Guys, chill out, eh? It's okay. Look. It's okay.
We need to get the cake out of the pan. That's our goal.
Oh, yeah. Look at this dude. Oh! It's really dark on the bottom.
Dude, that is
so burnt. Look at this. Look. Ew! Oh, it smells horrible, bro.
Dude, you know why?
Why?
It's because the bottom and the heat is coming
so
from the
hot,
bottom.
yeah.
Dude, come on, man.
Just go for it. If I get close enough, can you hear the crunch? Should I? I don't know. That is so crunchy. I don't think cake is supposed to crunch like that. Oh, it came out. Oh, it's perfect.
Where am I gonna
Wait,
put
put it somewhere. Put it somewhere. Put it like here.
Wait, it's not coming out.
Oh, mama!
Look how burnt it is, dude.
It's so burnt.
Ready?
Yeah.
3.
Perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect. Bro, I'm actually a baker now after this.
Dude, that's money. That's money. That's money.
Should we put frosting around the outside first?
Just like slap it on there, bro. It's okay. No, it's fine. It's fine. No, it's fine. No, it's fine. No, it's fine. No, it'll work.
Here, it's like surgery.
No, guys, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. Stop using your fingers.
It's sticking to everything, bro. No, it tastes so good.
Dude, frosting is disgusting.
Wait, dude, it's actually coming down. Just
We're gonna save it. Medic!
Fill it in. Fill it in.
Medic. Oh, dude, that's perfect. There we go. Ta-da!
Wait,
No, it's perfect.
that is amazing.
It's perfect.
It doesn't get much better than that.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. I hope you had a great time. Please don't follow anything that we told you to do. We'll be back next time for more cooking, for more baking. We'll mix it up a little bit. We may do some cookies, may do some steak. We may do, I don't know, some cereal. Comment below if you want us to do something. Cook anything special. And we'll see you next time. Follow North Rock students and don't bake cakes.
What's up, North Rock students? Thank you all so much for tuning in to our online Aftermath experience. This is going to be an incredible night filled with games, worship, and a personal conversation with Pastor Chris.
Yes, thank you guys for being so flexible with us throughout this season. We want to continue to encourage you and love you just like we normally would. If you haven't already, you can stay connected to us by following us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at North Rock Students. As for tonight, we're gonna kick it off with a game. So grab your snacks and soda and get ready.
All right, North Rock students, we're going to play a little game of Quick Draw, a digital version of Pictionary. Each player will get different items to draw on the screen, but the other players will only see the drawing. Write in the comments below what you think it is. Ready? Let's go.
Hey, North Rock students, thank you so much for joining us. Let's worship. Not gonna wait for the walls to fall. And I know a name, and I will bring them down. And I've got a praise waking within my soul. I'm not ashamed to declare it now. For his name, every fear must bow. Come on. Throw off your chains, and Jesus destroy them all. And up from the grave, he is with us now. Sing it out. And light of the world, and trembles the darkness. Nothing can stop it. You are the God of the promise. Every word will be accomplished. Nothing can stop it. You are the God of the promise. Oh, come on, the gates of hell will never stand a chance. The gates of hell will never stand a chance. Your name prevails. Jesus, the great I am. No word will fail. No weapons formed against your name prevails. Jesus, the great I am. The gates of hell will never stand a chance. Your name prevails. Jesus, the great I am. No word will fail. No weapons formed against your name prevails. Jesus, the great I am. Come on, sing light of the world. Light of the world, trembles the darkness, and nothing can stop it. You are the God of the promise. Every word will be accomplished. Nothing can stop it. You are the God of the promise. Oh, yeah, yeah. You are the God of the promise.
Here, as we wait, see your face. Come and make your throne upon our praise. Here, in this place, have your way. The moment that we see you, we are changed. Show us your glory, show us your glory. In wonder and surrender we fall down. Show us your glory, show us your glory. Let every burning heart be holy ground. Oh, holy ground. Here, not by power, not by might, Let's sing together. Chains fall, fear bows here now. Jesus, you change everything. Lives healed, hope found here now. Jesus, you change everything. Chains fall, fear bows here now. Jesus, you change everything. Lives healed, hope found here now. Jesus, you change everything. Jesus, you change everything. Chains fall at the name of Jesus. Sing to you, Jesus. Chains fall, fear bows here now. Jesus, you change everything. Lives healed, hope is found right here, right now. Jesus, you change everything.
I don't know about you, but I absolutely love that song. That our chains will fall, fear will bow, and our lives will be healed. I'm super excited for this next part of our experience. Pastor Chris has prepared an amazing conversation for us that we can lean into. So grab your notebook and a pen and let's dive into it.
So tell me about what's it like to grow up in a world that's like social media ruled, where literally anything you want to know is available at your fingertips. Everybody has a way of staying connected some way, shape, or form, but also you can portray any kind of image that you want. What's that like on like your relationships with your friends?
I feel like you get more connected but distant at the exact same time. Because like you can whenever you want, you can talk to someone, but at the same time, you never get to see them in person. So it's like you always see a different type of person than in reality.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
pretty
that's
convenient
true.
as well. You see them.
It's convenient.
It's pretty convenient, but it's also you don't feel the same energy as them being next to you. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, like when you're talking, you feel a different vibe than like when you're just texting someone. It's
Just like you can miscommunicate like a text.
Yeah.
They're joking or they're actually being serious.
Yeah.
You
And
never
that's
know.
just tough. I can never understand what they're saying at all.
Yeah.
Emojis.
Tell me like, so the thing that I've seen with social media, and I didn't really grow up in a social media culture. We had it, we had like MySpace and Facebook, but they weren't, I feel like, as dominating in our lives as what it is today. Whereas I never felt as much pressure to clean up photos or post certain things. I didn't feel the pressure to bring my life to everybody. And that's kind of what I feel like social media is today. It's like, look at my life, but only the version I want you to see. So what's it like to grow up in a culture where maybe not you, but everyone around you is constantly, I guess performing is the word. Almost like everyone around you is putting on this persona, this personality, or putting on a performance to be accepted or to be liked. What is that like at school or on teams or at home with your siblings?
I think it's like putting your best self like all the time, and you're like so afraid to mess up. Like, because whenever someone messes up on social media, everybody just starts like attacking them. Like, you can't mess up anymore. Like, it's all perfect life.
I feel like it's become like really normal because like I'll have friends that will like ask like 10 people like, is this picture good? Like, should I post this? Or like, is the editing good? Or like stuff, and like, or you're constantly like editing it and just like trying to see if everyone's approval is good before you post it. So, but like, rather than like if my parents post something, they don't even edit it at all, and they just like they don't care. So it's like really different.
Yeah, it makes you more self-conscious of yourself and everybody around you. It makes you do things that you normally don't do.
Yeah.
Maybe because like we all compare each other, like we compare ourselves to other people on social media, and it's like while you're seeing a bunch of your friends, it's like you have to kind of get on that level, you know?
I'm the first person to post my fail though. I
Yeah.
think those are like the best ones because those are the funniest ones.
Yeah.
I even recently, I've been trying to learn double unders on jump ropes, and I beat
I don't know what that
myself
is.
up. Yeah, I beat myself up like multiple times, like literally, like it hurts. And I was the first person to like post it, and I like threw the rope, and I was like, oh, yeah, I posted that. So I'm the first person to call myself out.
Is it kind of a thing now, you know, you have this image you want to post and everybody wants to post, like you said, like your best one, like the one you edit the most, the one that, you know, the coolest caption, like the catchiest caption that you can post, things like that. Is it kind of becoming a thing where it's cool to post a fail? Like it's kind of breaking the trend, so it's kind of a way to stand out?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a couple people that are like, oh, this is different. Not everyone's doing this, so let's do that.
Yeah.
Especially like when you're trying to do like a prank video. Like I see this a lot. Whenever the prank fails, that's the funniest one. 'Cause like whenever, yeah.
Because the fails are the
The
funniest.
fails is funniest.
Or like spam accounts.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
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 What
Those
is
are
that?
fun. It's where you post
I'm the
like,
worst millennial. I don't know any of this stuff.
you post like bad pictures of yourself or your friends or just like funny things that happen.
Or like random things.
Yeah, just
and you
like
just like
random.
comment, like you put a caption as like something completely random. Like I want to go back to school, or like I just watched this show and it was really good, or something like that. And then everyone just like comments, and then like you only have your close friends on there.
So spam is kind of like the one that you're not letting everyone see.
Yeah, and I feel like
Right.
it's something where you're really comfortable about, and you don't care what people think. Like that should be your main, but it's not. You know,
Oh, that's true.
like you don't edit on there at all, or
Yeah.
like
It's just like snap
ask
it,
people.
post it.
Yeah, and like my friend group, they like post on it like every day, and like I have one, but I never post on it or anything, cause like I don't know, I just got Instagram, so I'm not that. But yeah.
So tell me, with posting and you know, not just social media, I feel like this is kind of, it takes over with our conversations because, you know, how we put ourselves out there, we want to test the water of how that's going to be, you know, taken in by other people. We want to make sure, like, is this the person that people are going to like? Or, you know, if I put this image of myself out there and certain people only like a thing that I'm putting out, do you feel like you have to constantly be a certain way or act a certain way to get along with your friends or teammates? Like, do you constantly feel like you have to be on all the time to be accepted and to feel like you can fit in?
I feel like that's more for like the more defining factor of like a good friend is when you can just be yourself. So the people that you think like, oh, I can't be myself around, that's the people that will like personally I don't want to be around them all the time. Like I could sometimes talk to them, but like I don't want to be surrounded by them.
Yeah.
They're an acquaintance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just kind of there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it depends on the person. Like, like if you're really confident in who you are and like secure in your own person, then like maybe not as much. But maybe like in middle school, I feel like everyone is like that.
Awkward.
Yeah, like awkward and wants to be like liked or something.
Yeah.
They're still like finding themselves. They don't know like how they are. They don't know
Yeah.
themselves. Yeah.
So what is it? So kind of like I said, I didn't really grow up in a social media driven culture. You know, obviously in middle school, you start having this phase of you're trying to find your identity. Like I'm trying to figure out who I am, who I want to be. Like everything about me is changing. My friend groups are changing. Now, what would you say was the grade? Like what age did you really start to focus on your image and your personality and your attention from other people?
Probably 8th grade.
8th grade?
Because it's like the year where you feel like above everybody in middle school, but then you're like about to enter high school and it's like a whole different level.
Yeah,
So
your
it's
mind's
like,
got to shift.
Yeah.
For me, I really didn't even change that much. From the beginning, I didn't really care what people really thought of me. In middle school, I like wore double collars for some reason, just because it was cold, and I was like, hey, let me just wear double collars. And there'll be different colors as well, so I was like, hey, I'm just gonna wear this now. And you know, I didn't really care about what other people thought. I just did it.
Yeah.
Then I kind of became more self-conscious, but then I realized that everybody else is self-conscious of their own selves. So you just gotta respect the fact that they're probably thinking of the same thing that you're thinking.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Do y'all feel like, because every one of you, you're an athlete in some way, shape, or form. You've done sports before, you work out. Do you feel like there's more pressure on student athletes versus non-athletes, or do you feel like it's just being a teenager in general is this constant having to perform?
I mean, I guess sometimes like everybody looks at you like, oh, you're like that soccer player or whatever, and then you like kind of have like a higher standard in a way. So then, I don't know, you have to be more fit or more of everything. Yeah.
I feel like all athletes are like in that group and like friend group and stuff, and then like the like people that are in like in band or like other stuff are like in a completely other group. I feel like.
Yeah.
Which I think is inevitable because that's who we spend our time with.
Yeah.
Like people in band, they're together, they practice so much. Like they're obviously gonna be in that group.
Yeah, your life's just kind of magnets for each other.
And like all the football players are all friends because they spend so much time together, and all the soccer players and the volleyball players and the cheerleaders because they spend so much time together. So that's also what makes it kind of hard to break out of your branch or not have that stereotype of you're in band, or oh, you're on the football team kind of thing.
I feel like that all starts in high school too, because like in middle school it wasn't really like that. Everyone was friends with each other, like everyone was trying out new things, and then right when you get into high school you figure out what you're going to do, and then that's when friend groups kind of go away, you know.
That's good. So what would you say was a deciding factor, like the friendships that you've had, you know, middle school, elementary school, you're growing up together, you're going to the same schools, same grades, same churches, you know, maybe staying in the same neighborhoods. What was the deciding factor in your friendships that changed? Was it because some people wanted to be different than who they really were and who you knew them to be? Was it because life just happened and you kind of gravitate more towards your interest? You know, did you have friendships that ended because, you know, maybe you or the other person were just trying to constantly get attention from everybody else and it just ruined the friendship?
I feel like it's whenever like whenever your life is like whenever you're on your high, like on your high life, and everybody wants to be around you, but then you really see like, and you weed out the people who actually you want to be with, like in your lows, like whenever you're starting to make mistakes and other things, like then you see, okay, these people are fake, I don't want to be around them.
I don't know. I feel like it also like has to do with your priorities. Like, I don't know. As I've gone older, like I've tried to focus my time on like the things that are most important to me. And I think a lot of friendships are based around like people who kind of have the same mindset. So like, I don't know. I think you just grow apart from the people that aren't like-minded.
Yeah, like some kids when they get to high school, they don't want to do their work, or they don't really care if they graduate, but the kids that do want to graduate and be the top of their class tend to go towards each other, and the ones who want to be at the top of their class and the ones who don't want to graduate are usually not friends. Because they're on totally like different levels. And no level is better than the other, but they're on different levels.
Yeah, we're chasing different things.
Yeah.
So this idea of clout, this idea of, you know, whatever you want to call it, it's been called different things, you know, reputation, popularity, fame, attention, whatever you want to call it. It's this need to have approval from other people. It's this need to constantly wanting to be wanted or needing to be needed, or just wanting to be recognized. And so it's become such a big issue that, you know, people are changing their entire personalities. They're not who they used to be. They're not who they really are. And something that I saw, you know, even like I said, I didn't grow up in social media culture, but something that I started seeing even, you know, in high school and up into college were the people that I did life with from day one up until we graduated, you know, they started drifting towards things that, and not necessarily good or bad things, but they just drifted and they became this totally different person, and they would go towards other people that really liked them, even though, you know, they didn't really know them, or they were only liking them to get something out of them. You know, my friends started to drift, and it just really put a dent in our friendships. It put a dent in relationships. It put a dent in everything, you know, growing up together, and it really severed all these ties. And so what is one thing in your friendships, what is one thing in you that you've decided, you know, as middle schooler, high schooler, getting ready to go to college, you know, what are some things that you decided, like, these are the values I'm going to hold on to and I'm not going to change no matter where I go or whom I'm around?
One thing that I saw this one quote, and when you like see this quote that you love, it like changes your entire life. Well, there was like a person you've known for 2 years can like mean more harm to you than somebody you've known for like 2 months. So like people obviously change, but like you don't have to like stay friends with people that if you've been friends with for 10 years, just because you've been friends for 10 years, but they're going down the wrong path, doesn't mean you still have to be friends with them just because you've been friends with them for so long. Yeah. So like you could meet somebody last week and you can like, they're so like-minded and they're doing the same things that you want to do. They're going to school, they're going to church, they're doing the things that you like. You can be better friends with them than compared to the friend you've been friends with for 10 years.
Yeah.
So you just kind of have to hold on to what you prioritize.
Yeah. Your values.
Yeah.
I also saw another quote of, that said, like, show me your friends right now, and I'll show you your future in 20 years. And
I love that.
Yeah. And, like, if you take a step back and, like, are the friends that I'm with, are they really good for me? Like, will they influence me in a bad or good way?
Yeah.
And Pastor Jonathan has always preached about that.
Yeah.
Like, your friends show who you really are.
Yeah.
That's so true because you're like always around them, so you start to like say the stuff they say or like act the way they act, and it's just like, I guess,
Good or bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'll come back. I wanted to hit on this because what you were saying, I love that. Your values and the things that you decide are important right now are going to determine where you go 5 years from now. And if you hold on to them and you stay true to them, it's going to shape who you are, when you graduate high school, when you graduate college, when you get married, when you have kids. And so you have to make those so important right now. And something I always think about is, in high school, I was the most insecure kid. Like, I wanted everyone to know my name. I wanted everybody to like me. I would become whoever I needed to be to get the attention of everyone else, especially the girls. I don't know, like, I was just crazy about that. And looking back in May, I will have been out of high school for 10 years. Oh my gosh. But one thing that I wish I could go back and tell myself is that all of these people that you're trying so hard to match with and to get them to like you, I don't talk to anybody I graduated high school with. Like, out of everyone, and I graduated with like 200, 250 students, I don't talk to any of them. And it's not a bad thing. It's not like I just dropped them. I've moved away. I've done my own thing. My life has taken different turns than the rest of them. But I would have gone back and told myself, like, this doesn't matter right now. These are the things that you need to hold to. Like, you've got to get plugged in into a church that's going to help you grow. You've got to get plugged in and get on this walk with God. Those are things that I didn't value until after high school. And I truly believe that God can redeem and restore. But how much of that time did I waste trying to get things that just don't matter? And so that's something that I always try to instill when I talk to students is like, this season right now, like, yes, God wants to do things in you. Yes, you are valuable. Yes, he wants to give you a platform. But seeking that attention from others right now, like, that's going to fade. That doesn't matter at all. So did you have an answer for before? Just anything, that you've decided right now that's like, I'm not going to change this no matter what? You mentioned earlier, like, you've just decided, I'm not trying to seek attention from others.
I wouldn't change, like, I was just hold my values, like, I wouldn't change at all. Unless they had something better, then I would kind of like try to change that part into me, Mm-hmm. But other than that, I won't change anything. But like on the part where you said, when you change your values, like you just didn't talk to your high school friends at all. Something like an idea just popped in my head. Like, if you just change your values, that means you're gonna like, what's it called? You're not gonna talk to your high school friends, even though you've like had fun with them and you're like, you enjoy being around them, but it's just not right for you at all. I feel like most people that's why they won't change their values to be like, walking correctly in like, Christ. Because it's like, if I wanna get rid of this just to go with that, they would rather just stay the way they are now.
They're comfortable, they don't wanna change. So there's this verse in Matthew 6, and Jesus is teaching, and he says, above all else, seek the kingdom first, above all else. And so while he's teaching, he's really talking about worry. But for me, attention and identity and, wanting people to like me was something I worried about on a daily basis. It was something I lost sleep over. It was something that was always on my mind. What party am I missing out of? What group do I need to get in with? Where are these girls going and I need to go so they can see me? There was nothing important about me. But And that verse just really spoke to me because there's a promise from God that if we'll seek the kingdom, what we really need, we will have. And so when I finally, at 19 years old, when it finally clicked and I finally decided to give my life to Jesus and I found that relationship and I really started to seek the kingdom, those things that I was seeking from other people, I found in him. So that identity, like I found out who I was and whose I was. And that spoke volumes to me and it gave me a peace. I found attention and validation from the real source. You know, if God is a good father and God is our true father, we can only find true validation and affirmation in him. And if we're trying to seek it everywhere else, it's just this constant race to find it. And that never ends. And we wear ourselves down and we ruin relationships and we ruin ourselves. But that verse really spoke to me that if I will seek the kingdom, meaning I'm seeking these things that God has for me, it fills me up in every other aspect of my life. And so if we seek first the kingdom, all these other things will be added to us. The validation, the identity, the security, the wanting to be wanted, like knowing that I am seen, I am cared for, I am loved by God. And if I am full of that and I know that source and I fill myself up with that every single day, you know, kind of like what RJ was saying, like I don't really need other people to like me. Like I want to be liked. I want to have friends. Like I want to have relationships, but it's not this, you know, this burning inside of me, this driving me crazy and this need and causing me to do stupid things because I'm full of my Heavenly Father. Because I've sought the kingdom first and all these other things have been added to me. Another thing that I've noticed, and I was asking earlier, you know, before we started rolling, like is clout still a word that people use? Like it's already changed. That's how unrelevant I am. But, you know, whether you call it like attention or reputation or credit or clout, whatever you call it, the enemy always has a way of taking something and twisting it to making it look appealing. And if you look in the garden, like Adam and Eve are walking and they knew like, can't eat of this tree. That's it. That's the only thing I can't do. And the enemy comes down, you know, the snake slides down to Eve and he's like, did God really say that? And so he turns manipulation and lying and doubt and disobedience, and he makes it look appealing. And so that's something that I would just encourage you with is attention from other people and validation from other people. And this, you know, they want you, you've got all these likes, you've got all these followers and these viewers, and I don't even know all these social media accounts and what they call it, but it always looks appealing, but it's never gonna give you that real thing that God has for you. And so I would just encourage you, if you seek the kingdom, what you're looking for will be given to you. And you'll find it from a real source. You know, people are gonna fade. People are gonna come in and out of your life, like you were saying earlier, like things change, groups change, you're gonna find different people to hang out with. But that true source of identity and security and validation will never change as long as you know who it's coming from. And it's making sure that you're filling yourself up with God first and foremost before you try to look for anybody else. And it's just really cool how that works, and it shapes friendships. It shapes your relationships with boys and girls, you know, boyfriends, girlfriends. It shapes your marriage. It shapes my relationship with my son because I know who I am, I know whose I am, and that helps me just carry out everything else I'm supposed to do. And so we just want to make sure that we're not chasing clout, but we're chasing the kingdom. We're seeking that first and doing everything that God's asking us to do and being who he's called us to be and not losing sight of that.
Man, what an incredible night. Aftermath is always a great night, and we hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Before we send you guys out, we want to give you a few next steps to help make what you heard tonight really stick with you.
First, if tonight God was really stirring something up in your heart and you want to make that change from chasing clout to chasing Jesus, drop a hand raise emoji in the comments. We want to celebrate that decision with you.
Second, we are posting our North Rock Students Fresh Start devotional tomorrow, May 4th. This is a great way to start fresh on your walk with God and create a rhythm of walking with him daily. Even if you've already made the decision to follow him, this is a great reset button to help stay on track.
Third, get in a city group. City groups are North Rock students' way to stay connected to God and to each other, and we know right now more than ever we need community. You can join by simply dropping a comment that says City Group Info, and we'll take it from there.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We love you all, and we can't wait to see you soon.